first official panel. Please give it up for Sam Smith and David Haydn-Jones! We can make it if we try, just the two of us, you and I. I feel like it's an entrance song, so it's less of a serenade, more of an entrance. So once you're out here, sometimes I feel like the third verse is not as necessary. You know
I agree.
What I mean?
I concur.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just warming up. Hi, Nashville. What's going on?
Yo. Thank you, guys.
Can I get a howdy? Howdy. I don't get to get my country on very often because I'm an Alberta, Saskatchewan boy, which is like Canada's Texas. So when I get to get my real, authentic, Stampede gear and cowboy on, and especially it's Halloween, right? So I lean in. Let's go. Hey, who's excited for Supernatural's most hated romantic couple? I said to her last night, I said, we've only done one panel before, and it's always fun because it's Sam Smith, who we're kidding. But I was like, people really didn't like Ketch and Mary together. Am I right? Is there this is actually a better question. Is there anyone in the crowd that liked the ship of Mary and Ketch? Timid.
That was lukewarm.
But that's what I expected.
But he asked me, is there any couple more hated? And I said, anyone that was with Dean.
Stay away from our beautiful boy. Any woman in his life is the enemy.
I was? Mary was the dominant one? Until she was brainwashed.
Listen, that is one of my favorite reverse tropes, is when Mary has to let Ketch down easy while he's half naked in bed. And I was just like,
will you be my girlfriend?
I'm so sweet on you, Mary. Can we go steady? She was like, no, that was a fucking wild night, but this is over. I was like, what?
Caught me at a weak moment.
Well, a whiskey moment, I think.
Well,
Because that whole scene starts off with like drinking really good whiskey.
Yes.
As I recall.
Yes, I think, yeah. It's like,
And who hasn't been there? Any drinkers in the house that drink whiskey? Yeah, you made bad choices. Eventually.
And also you had a Bentley.
The car does it for you? The car would do it for Mary?
Car for Mary, yes.
Interesting. I would think that would be too refined. Like maybe you were just like, maybe I'll just try this posh Englishman out for a little fun, a dabble.
It was like the whole thing probably. It was probably like
the thrill of the hunt.
The hunting, and
Yes.
the weaponry, and the camaraderie, and the whiskey.
Well, listen.
And she was sad. And by the way, she was 29.
Oh. Okay, you freeze in time, basically.
I froze in time, so I died at 28, almost 29, I guess. Came back still 29. Younger than her sons.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's kind of fun. Because I always like to make the audience groan when I do these and be like, I think Ketch would have made a lovely stepfather in the end.
And it would have ended the same way.
Oh my God. Ketch, we're not going to get divorced. I'm just going to shoot you in your fucking head. Right between your eyes.
So much faster.
Well, you know what was a great rewrite? Because that actually happened that week. Do you recall my first death? You were not originally going to shoot me. It was going to be Dean. And they switched it to Mary, and I think that was a great choice.
Yeah, I woke up out of my stupor and shot you in the forehead.
That's right.
And it still didn't. And it's, what'd she say?
She go, good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, just real subtle like that. Good call.
Still didn't work.
Thanks to Ruth.
Crafty.
Miss Ruth Connell. Rowena.
Did you die again, or did you just kind of drift off into the?
No, I had a great. Thanks for watching the show.
It's been a minute. I barely remember all of my deaths.
100%. Yeah, how many did you have?
So many.
So Dean's got the record, is that right?
Yeah, but he got them all in. He got them all in one show.
Oh, okay. So he stacks it.
And then the one at the end.
He had the repetitive death episode, right? Is that season 8? Yeah.
Oh, he went to hell, right?
But I got my heart ripped out.
Oh.
Literally ripped out of my
Right.
chest. And I love to say this. Thematically, just as Ketch grew a heart, it got taken from him.
It's true. I remember this now. Thank you for. I think I blocked it out.
Of course you did. You're like, yeah, that fucking gross guy. Yeah. And I like that they wrote it with him at his most vulnerable, all puffy and injured in bed, and in like a, assless like hospital gown. Like, none of the protections that he had, because I was always arguing, like, the toys, the suit, that's all a mask, right? Like, that's all ego.
It's armor.
It's armor, exactly. It's his form of armor. And to be de-armored like that, or disarmored, I don't know. Unarmored. And to be that vulnerable, but he also, when he gets out of bed, he said, I have to go help my friends. I don't think he ever understood what that sentence actually meant until that moment. And so for me, I gotta like the guy, right? You don't have to. You can be like, fuck that guy, had no redemption. And I like how people are 50-50 or whatever. But for me, I was like, oh, he gets friendship now for the first time in his life.
Such a moment.
Here's your fucking heart, bye! So, that's why I always say, I love the poetic sadness that the writers did there. Like, he grows a heart and
Well, it
gets
wouldn't
ripped
be our
out.
show if they didn't do something to make you sad.
Well, didn't Misha say that? They will get you to like someone, and as soon as you do, they rip the rug out. Some to that effect, right? It's like the show's classic at that. Like,
oh, yeah.
Just as soon.
Like, how can we make this happy thing the saddest we can?
Right.
Yeah.
Should we take some questions?
Sure.
Looks like, and remember, don't be afraid. These two people are breaking the seal, but inevitably happens. Everyone gets shy from the beginning, and then we get on a roll, and then the lines are full, and then we gotta say goodbye. So if you got a question, come on up. That's what makes these so fun. So let's start over here.
Hi.
Hi.
In honor of Halloween, I wanted to ask, what is one of your favorite Halloween memories?
Halloween what?
Memories.
Halloween memories. I got a really powerful one, but it starts off sad. Are you okay with that? Okay. This is a great dad story. And my dad, I'm not gonna be modeling here, but I just want to honor my father's energy. He was suffering from dementia, and he's near the end of his life. And anyone who's had loved ones and family members with dementia, we call it the never-ending funeral for a reason, because you grieve them in stages. And the last time I saw my dad, he's in rough shape. But I honor him with this story, I hope, because it's one of my favorite dad memories. My dad was a very erudite Welsh professor, teacher, educator. And we lived in a mid-sized town in the Midwest called Lloydminster, Alberta. Hence, cowboy and oil land. And it was that sweet spot when you're a boy where you're still trick-or-treating, but you also know trick-or-treating is going to come to an end at some point. I think I was 11. So still full costume, but you're also like a young boy who's like, I'm going to get a haul this year, right? You just want that bag of candy, right? I'm going to effort for it. So I had me and the crew with 3 other guys, and we're having a hell of a night. Let me tell you, best haul ever, right? And I got mugged. We got bag snatched. These teenage boys ran up and fucking just whipped my best load. Wait, that's terrible. My haul. Dirty birdies. And yeah, it was a little bit traumatizing. Like, you would work so hard for this thing, and someone ran, these bullies, just snatched our bags. They got 1 other guys and 2 of the other guys I couldn't grab, but they ran. And we kind of got to look at the guy, and like, this guy, it's a small town, so I didn't really know who it was, but like, my friend Lee knew who it was. Anyways, as you can imagine, I'm in tears, I'm violated, like, the best haul ever, and there goes my candy. And it was in a very specific bag. It was a shopping bag that my mom had that had a zipper at the top, and it was like a black and white checker bag, so it was really a unique bag. Anyways, long story short, I go home, and it's you know, Halloween is wrapping up, right? It's like 8:30. They would close it down easily at 8:39, especially in the prairies. My dad is like, oh, bloody hell, what the, oh. And he gets me in the car, and he drives around as fast as he can to all the neighbors just to recover some of my candy for the night. Then he finds out who this kid is, and because he's the educator of the city, he goes to that kid's parents' house and knocks on the door. Not like American-style vigilante justice armed, Canadian style, like, hey, sorry, can we have a bit of a talk? Because, you know, my dad didn't have an Alberta accent, I did. But he's like, I'd just like you to know, we believe we have eyewitnesses that your boy stole candy from my son, and you know, the dad got real stroppy. But I was at the door too, and I could see that black and white checker bag had been dumped out on the floor and was right there. And they weren't honorable about it. The father protected the son. But I will never forget my dad putting me in that Volvo wagon and making sure I had a little bit of a Halloween and standing up to bullies. I'll never forget that, so I love you, Dad. But you know, and it wasn't confrontation, it was diplomatic, it was standing up for truth and justice, but it wasn't aggressive, and I also appreciated that too. And that's a great lesson for a young boy to learn, and just to feel like, Dad looked out for me, man. That's big. So there you go. I know a little bit long and drawn out, but you know, that's a powerful Halloween story for me.
That's adorable.
I think I would have run him over with my car.
Yeah. Well, Mama Bear would have
Yeah,
just been like, I'm
easily.
gonna kill
Like-
that mofo.
Well, my favorite story is when I made a fairy costume and sprayed everyone with glitter the whole night. They hated it, I loved it. I was like 30.
And this is the thing with glitter. You find it years later.
They
It's
remembered
like,
me for years after that.
That's what I'm saying. So I've done some Christmas movies. I still find glitter on my clothes. And I'll tell you something about these Christmas movies. They drive hair and makeup crazy because the thing with the camera and glitter, exactly, and it'll disappear in one angle, and then all of a sudden you turn, you're like, I'm Sparkle Baby.
Constellation. I'm in the movie Twilight.
You're like, let's go raving. Do you say that anymore, raving? I'm old.
We would, you know, when my son was in preschool, they would have, you know, we have to make these projects. You've got projects. And they always involve glue and glitter. And we had hardwood floors with, there were some creases, and my table has tons of, it's like wormwood. It's still there. He's 17. It's forever. Glitter is forever.
So thank you. So my daughter is super into these YouTube slime videos, make your own slime at home, you know what I'm talking about? And then they do the ASMR thing as well. So it's like hitting all the notes. She's like, Daddy, please, can we make glitter slime in the house? I was like, no. That's a hard no. That is one thing I'm very comfortable saying no to my daughter. I was like, we are not making glitter slime in this house. Because I know from Christmas what happens.
And you have to, and she needs a full shower with the hose before she comes back in the house, because it will be on her
Do
shoes
it in the yard.
and her fingers.
100%.
And
Yeah. Thank you for your question. I appreciate that. Very topical.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, my question is, if your characters were drag queens, what would their drag queen name be, and what would be their go-to lip sync song?
So good. Love Ketch as a drag queen.
What is the thing to make your, oh, maybe that's your stripper name. You say the street you grew
Yeah.
up on, and can that also be your drag queen name? Drag queen names are so much more clever.
I'm just getting my swerve on over here. It's getting in my body. We're snapping Z's. Let's go. So obviously I would take Mr. and turn it into Madam. And I'm trying to think of, oh, I know. I'm thinking of like a rich, luxurious English dessert. Because it's gonna have like my Madam Clotted Cream. No!
Oh, Madam Sticky Pudding.
I like that. Oh, yes. Hello. I am Madam Trifle. And then it's got to be like, it's got to be Pet Shop Boys, right? Or maybe a little more upbeat. Maybe, who am I thinking of? What's a good 80s new wave band?
Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode. Uh-huh, yeah. So yeah, Madam Trifle or Madam Sticky Toffee Pudding. I can't decide. They're both so delicious.
Maybe it's just, my name is Trifle Pudding.
Oh, hello, Mary.
No, I have no idea.
See, now, would you go male drag? Would you do gender bender the other way? Or would you lean into...
I don't know, where's the
Haydn?
questioner? What?
It doesn't matter, but like, because there are.
I already wear tiaras on the regular.
Yeah.
Well, you dust people with glitter,
With
so you're
glitter.
already...
I think Sam Smith is my drag name. And it would be some kind of Donna Summer.
Oh, yeah, nice.
I Will Survive, one of those. Just because, why not?
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic Gloria Gaynor.
Yeah.
I Will Survive.
Yeah.
That's an anthem. That's a drag anthem to me.
Maybe I'd have something with fire, like.
Ooh. Well, because you got that steampunk thing that you like, and you make stuff.
Right.
Like, are you talking like the broth,
I'm thinking-
the flames, that
Well,
that
did
crazy?
you mean the character or me?
I meant the character.
Okay, so my character would have to have something with fire. So, I don't know, let's see. Suggestions?
Well, the flaming
Disco
hula hoop.
Inferno. That's
Flaming
it.
hula hoop.
Disco Inferno.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Baby.
Yeah.
Disco Inferno.
And then just to confuse them, we'll play Gloria Gaynor. There you go.
Thanks for that question. That was fun.
Thank you. Hi, love.
Hi.
Hey, what was your guys' like first reaction to getting casted onto the show? Like, how did you feel? Who did you tell? Like, what was
Oh,
that
man.
like?
I'm going to defer because you
You're
go all the way
assuming
back.
I can remember 2005.
Yeah, of
It was
course.
February or March of 2005. Were you alive? No. So, I almost didn't go to the audition. Not because I didn't think the show was good enough. I was like, I say 2 words and then flambe. I'm dead. I'm like, I'm so tired of dying in things. Because I die in everything. In such a dramatic variety of ways. But then I was like, it's a job, it's whatever. And David Nutter's an amazing director, and this guy Eric Kripke might be onto something. And it was a good casting director, and Mick G was producing. I was like, this is a good project. So I went, and I still remember the audition room. My audition I remember very well, because I ran into a potted plant. It's actually a funny story to me. Anyway, the room was very narrow and long, and there was a table, like say the table, I came in from here, there was like 4 or 5 people at the table, and the scene, if you remember in the pilot, is very small. You got him, okay. And then you walk out, and then you're like, that's, my husband's watching TV, and then I go in there, I'm like, oh my God, my husband's downstairs. And I run in, and I have to go, but there was a big plant right here. And for some reason, like in a tree, and I didn't just stop here, I ran right into it. Drama, I don't know. And then I was like, okay. And I was like, that was so awkward. And David Nutter was sitting there with his hands on his chin on his hands, and he goes, and winked at me. And I was like, I didn't know what else to do, so I winked back. I think that's why they hired me. I really Because knowing David better, I'd worked with him more times over the years, and that's what he does when he's like, good job. Which floored me. I was like, how was that a good job? I took out foliage.
But I wonder if it's like, because you're a beautiful, sophisticated woman, and just that little bit of dorky warms you up a little bit, but also keeps you memorable. Did you ever ask him if he remembered about the plant, or was it more in your head? Did you ever have the conversation once?
No, I should ask him.
Yeah, you should.
I'm like, do you remember that?
Because it came up at the panel, like, do you remember me walking into the plant?
Right. But yeah, the pilot was great. It was freezing cold for LA. It was probably 60 degrees. And I remember sitting out there in the nightgown and talking to Eric Kripke, because I was a gamer at the time. We were talking about video games, and he was saying how you'll come back, and I was like, on fire. And he's like, it's supernatural. And everyone always says that. I can't tell you how many shows I've been on where I did one episode and I was supposed to come back and then I never did. So I have a laundry list of shows that are like one episode. I'm like, was supposed to be real love interest, was supposed to be a doctor, was supposed to be like the neighbor. And they just changed course, right? But sure enough, like first season, 8 or 9 episodes in.
Yeah, like
so I was just, I was happy about it. I went to the premiere party and everything. I loved it. But I didn't know what it was going to be. So
no one did, especially, and I mean, remember, I'm sure you've seen panels with the boys. I mean, the boys were on the cusp of 4 seasons, right? They never felt safe.
They never knew.
You never know in television. Like, you could be like a hit show and they still cancel.
Pull the plug.
Like,
yeah.
it's wild.
I mean, look at Firefly. Firefly was huge and it lasted 1 season.
Exactly. So you're always.
It was my first billboard, though. I had a huge billboard over in Burbank
that's
coming
fun.
up Olive. I was like,
You got the pictures of it, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do the whole
me
thing.
on the ceiling. Like, well, not the most flattering billboard, but still.
But still, it's iconic, right? It's such an iconic image. The show had been obviously well established at that point. I had auditioned, I think, maybe 5 or 6 times for other roles over 5 years. And when I got the role, it was only supposed to be like 2 or 3. So that's the other thing they do. They don't like to tell you you're going to be on it for a long time because A, it's a negotiation tactic. And B, they don't like to commit because also they sort of know, but they also don't really know. So they're like maybe.
They also want to see if you gel because it's
100%.
very much of a family unit, and
it's a chemistry test and all of that stuff. And so, like, literally, my first day on set really was just a phone call that was 3 lines with half of my face, right? When
Chupacabra.
No, I wish it was that one. No, Chupacabra, we were well established on. I should tell you.
I know.
But, listen, I'm that actor who's sort of like the British Canadian. Any job is a great job. I'm just excited to be invited to the party. I had no idea that it was going to turn into more. But once they started actually writing our stuff, I was definitely, and they would only book me 2 episodes at a time, even in season 12, yeah. And so, but what was great is, if you look at season 12, a lot of the end of the episodes ended with "to be continued" and "catch" at the end. So I was like, I don't want to get greedy, but I also know this bodes well. Because if you see your name and "to be continued," it was like, okay, I'd live to see another day. Because that's the other thing on the show. When you get your scripts, and I would get them, you're right to the end, am I dead? Where do I die?
Every time.
Every time you're like, am I dying? Is this the one? Oh, it's a good run. But you're like, okay. And I got to the end of season 12 and I died. And then obviously, spoiler alert, I hope most people have seen all of the show at this point. I came back in season 13.
Did they tell you ahead of time that you were going to die in 12?
Absolutely. That's a good question. I don't know.
Because I threatened Bob Singer and Andrew with their lives. I was like, if you kill me and I read it first.
Right. You got it. Okay. You wanted to be told.
Yes.
I think I read it. But Adam, I called because I know. Adam Fergus, who played Mick. So we got the scripts at the same time and he hadn't seen. And I read the scene where Ketch takes Mick out. And I was like, buddy, first of all, as an actor, all my empathy. Because you're also unemployed. That's the other thing. You're not fired, but you're laid off with a death, right? So, and that's a real thing as an actor. Yeah.
Once or twice.
Yeah. And then I was like, and you're really gonna hate me, and it's an awful scene, but you're gonna be an epic hero, and you're gonna be like, they're gonna really hate me, but I'm so sorry that it's gonna be your death. And we're adults and professionals, but he's like, oh, thanks, mate. Thanks for the heads up. I would hate to have read it. But I warmed it up for him anyways. So, great question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Jason.
Hi.
Hi. So I wanted to know, what was your favorite slasher movie?
Oh.
None of them.
I'm not a big gore fan, but I do try to see. I think this counts as a slasher movie. I think it was. I think it was kind of a weird country. I think it qualifies as horror. Who here has seen Bone Tomahawk?
Woo!
See that? What? It's horrible. But thank you. But isn't it an underrated movie? I'm surprised that more people have not seen this movie. So it's Halloween, and if you're actually looking for a really high-end horror Western hybrid, it's so creepy. Would that count as a slasher? There's some real gore and violence in it. Well, you're shrugging. You're like, I don't know. Well, listen, if you're into slasher movies, check out Bone Tomahawk. Can I give a recommendation? Watch Bone Tomahawk and come to my table and give me a review. Because I feel like this is an underappreciated piece of cinema, honestly. And Kurt Russell's in it, and he's amazing, but it gets dark. It's a great cast, very well acted.
That sounds interesting, because I like Vikings is my favorite show that I watch. Not gory, but I watch it like this.
Right.
I don't like. Can I look yet? Can I look? My husband was like, yes. I'm like, okay. I don't know. It's my comfort show, and it's weird. But any case, the Friday the 13th and Halloween and the music and I just can't, and how stupid the people are. Like, let's be safe and out in the woods by ourselves. There is a movie like that I love, and the name is escaping me. You guys might know it. It's Alan Tudyk, and it's a reverse of the kids being killed in the woods. What is it called? Okay, one person raise your hand. You tell me. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. So it's a complete reversal of the trope, and it's incredibly violent and gory, but it's hilarious. So that I really like. We watched that last Halloween.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the fact that a lot of you have not seen Bone Tomahawk, I'm not pitching it at all. But if you're looking for a movie to watch tonight, go watch it and then come to my table and tell me what you thought. I'd be really interested.
Thank you.
A little Halloween homework.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hi. Sorry.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Gabby.
Hi, Gabby.
Gabby.
It's okay.
I wanted to ask, what was the weirdest thing you've been gifted by a fan or a family member?
Been gifted
Gifted.
by a fan or family member?
Yes.
Oh boy. David edits. I got a weird one. I don't know if it's
If
shareable.
it's questionable,
Yeah, it's
then
then
don't.
don't. Yeah.
No, sometimes it's not appropriate.
Sometimes the officials get involved.
The moms in the room are saying no.
Yeah. But improv
Weird.
you always gotta go with
Yes,
my first
yeah.
principles, and I'm like, no,
Yeah,
edit,
yeah,
that's an
they're-
edit. It's a hard edit.
I can't think of anything weird.
This is such a tricky question because you want to be honest, but at the same time, it's such a personal exchange, and sometimes the person can really be meaning well, or not even have an idea that maybe the gift is weird or inappropriate or whatever, right? So I would just say this is actually a good thing in general. We know you mean well, but never bring homemade baked items to our table because we can't eat them. We'll have to lie to you and say they were delicious. Because, listen, management and the handlers are like, we don't know what the fuck is in there. We could be tripping balls on PCP, and boy, that would be fun for y'all if that happened on stage. I can see time, man! It's not linear, it's all happening right now.
And that's just a pain in the ass for our handlers.
And there's all sorts of
Like,
liabilities.
oh, he did it again.
But I love the heart
I
of
love the
home
heart of it.
home baked goods. Like, oh my God, of course I would eat it all up, but at the same time, you're like, you're not eating it.
They take it through like, and you may not have that. I'm like, I know.
Like, it could be laced. Who knows what's going on? It's like, there's no way, and we don't have a testing lab back there, you know?
I'm drawing a blank, but there have been some. I'll remember tomorrow at like 1 PM.
Maybe the most memorable instead of weird. Sorry.
That's a great, well
I
then.
didn't think of the connotations of the question. I'm sorry.
No, that's
okay.
no. Listen, I think it's all an interesting conversation because, you know, actually you sort of pare back the curtain a little bit, and some of the stuff that we do gets kind of wild, and you know, most of it is good intention, right? I don't
That's
think there's
the thing, right?
bad intent.
Somebody gives you something that they hope you like, and sometimes they just give you something that is so not anything that you would have picked yourself, but you love it. And sometimes it's something you would never have picked for yourself because has nothing to do with who you are. And I mean, that happened with an ex-boyfriend. He gave me a present. I was like, oh, so you don't know me at all. Interesting. After 3 years.
I'll tell you one thing that I will receive with open arms, and the biggest, I have this incredible portfolio at home, which I'm going to look at 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and show my kid on my deathbed. And I've said this on social media before when I had social media. The fan art of this community, and whenever I get, it's almost, I feel like an egoist or a narcissist sometimes when I receive art of Ketch or me and any other thing. I'm so humbled by the effort and the time it took and the care and the fact that someone would be inspired by this show or my character or my work to make art and then also give me a copy or make an original. And I have seen some of the finest art, like incredible detailed drawings or paintings or whatever.
Or the,
and the fact that
glitter,
you,
not glitter.
yeah, no.
The rhinestone art.
Yeah, that's right.
Or I have
all of it.
I have a macrame doll. Like
I have a macrame doll too.
The
Exactly, with
time
wire in
and
it.
sometimes the expense and the travel and the care and the excitement when somebody hands it to you, like I made this for you. It's very touching.
Exactly. So unlike the muffins, I have like 2 big Rubbermaids, and I curate that stuff. And I'm not a big stuff keeper. I'm not a big sentimental stuff. I live very minimalist, lean. But that stuff, that is treasure. And one day, I'm never gonna push it on her. My daughter is gonna be like, "Wow, Dad, these people were super nice to you." I'm like, I know. Yeah. So that's my favorite. Is when you share your art with us. Incredible. Thank you. I know there's a lot of artists in this room, so give yourselves a round of applause for sure.
Hello. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Karen. Nice to meet you.
And you?
So this is just for Sam. I was wondering what your experience was working on Transformers with the cast and Michael Bay.
Large. It was a large experience. It was being part of a production that's that big. Again, a funny audition experience because with big movies like that, they write them in code. So they don't write the actual dialogue, they don't give you the name of the project, they don't tell you who the director is, and you're like, well, this is a really dumb title, I bet it's a pseudonym. And so you go because you're like, it could be Star Wars. And very generic dialogue. But auditioning for movies is my favorite because TV is often like the casting director, and there's many steps, and then if you're being a series regular, it's literally by committee. There's 30 people who make the decision. Movies, it's like the director and the writer, and those two people decide. It's amazing. And so I did the audition, and then I went on the callback, and Michael Bay was there, and I was like, oh, all right. So I was super excited to get the job, and I couldn't believe I made it into the trailer. I have 3 tiny scenes, and I'm like, and I'm in the trailer, up high.
That's legit cool.
Right? And Michael Bay has a reputation of being loud and doesn't always get along with everyone. My experience with him was he could not have been sweeter and more collaborative, and he yelled at the dolly guy one time because he drove it off the track. And that was all I saw. But also, I was holding an infant the whole time. And he was like bringing her flowers, and it was just super fun. I go in the makeup trailer, and it was Tyrese, right? Is it Tyrese? And Josh, the guy playing my husband, and they're all in there listening to. I have it right. Am I confusing him? Was Tyrese who had an album? Yeah. So they're all listening to his album in the makeup trailer. What?
Tyrese Gibson.
Yeah, Tyrese Gibson. All these gorgeous boys in their army uniforms. And they're like, hey, ma'am. I'm like, hi. And then I'm waiting for my scene, and I'm leaning against this like vehicle, and I realize it's the black pickup truck, and like the bumper is at my chin. It's gigantic. And just going to the premiere and just being a part of that whole big thing was just really fun. It was really, really fun. And being in the first one, I was in the second one too, but I got cut out. The movie was 19 hours long, and I had like a storyline. I had 2 or 3 scenes. I was pregnant at the time in real life, so they put that in the story. And then my storyline was so unnecessary, they replaced the whole thing with one line from John Turturro on a phone call. And I was at the premiere. I was like, here's my scene, honey. And I was like, I was still in the credits. I'm like, oh my God. They took them out later because they have to pay you if you're in the credits. So they took that out. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, I mean, getting cut out of projects happens to all of us. I mean, that's just another thing about being an actor. But the thing that hurts about that too is you're like, so much of our payment is residual payment, and then also on a big movie, that's as good as your residuals are gonna get. And so the fact that they didn't tell you hurts my actor heart a little bit.
I was sad about it.
Of
And it was
course.
such a bigger part. I mean, I still get residuals from the first one.
Yes.
They're down to like
Yeah.
$26 now, or less.
Yeah.
But it would have been nice to say I was in 2.
Yes, I get it.
Yeah.
Sorry that happened.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, really. That's like actor's heart. I got my candy stolen. Did I tell you? Speaking of pissing party. Hi, how are you?
I feel it. Thank you.
Hi. So there's a lot of memorable music in Supernatural. What song that wasn't in the show would you put in the show?
Wow, that's a good question because they got most of the good ones. Right?
Exactly. I would have liked someone asked me what would Ketch's sort of music be for the show, other than the smooth jazz he arrives to. But like, someone did an edit and they asked me like, what song do you want? Does anyone know the band Echo and the Bunnymen? They're sort of new wave punk. Yeah. Do you know Never Stop by Echo and the Bunnymen? I think a Ketch montage, kicking ass, taking names, and killing monsters to Echo and the Bunnymen's Never Stop would have been dope. But I think there's one online. I think these fan edits are incredible too. Talk about art and artists and tributes. Some of these fan video edits are unbelievable as well. They're so flattering and fun. So yeah.
It probably was in the show, but I'm thinking Barracuda from Heart should have been in it if it wasn't. Little female classic rock. Especially during like Mary hunting. Well, that's what I say.
You said Barracuda, right? Not Chupacabra.
Correct. Same letters, different order.
Chupacabra!
It really is the same letters in a different order.
Barracuda was my second choice.
Yeah, nice. You would have picked Barracuda?
My first choice is 21st Century Schizoid Man by King Crimson.
Very cool.
I don't know that one. I'll have to listen to it.
Maybe they can pull it up.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you.
I'm gonna be studying that too. Thanks for great question. Hey there.
Hi guys. My question is, if your character could have a superpower, what would you like it to be?
Oh, if my character. If I could have a superpower, I want to fly. But if my character had a to not killable.
Yeah.
Or fireproof.
I think Ketch's superpower should be a 7-season spin-off series. Because that would help me out. That'd be real nice.
If you could like regenerate a heart.
Yes, well I've said this is my headcanon for the show. Because originally I was supposed to be in Dean's Heaven, So I did actually get redeemed, but as you know, COVID had to really downsize the final episode, sadly. There was going to be a real party. It was going to be fun for all of us.
Everyone was going to be.
But the good news is, Ketch is not in Dean's heaven as a result of that. So I like the idea that Demon Ketch is with Queen Rowena in hell as her manservant. In a 3-piece black leather suit. Perhaps a leash, I don't know. I've spoken to Ruth and she's pro this idea. Because remember, we actually, you know, she flirts with everyone, not Ruth, Rowena. And so remember their little chemistry scene that they had where they're actually doing chemistry? I was like, people hated that too, but people hate Ketch, so whatever. Shut up. But I think a little Rowena and Ketch, if not action, at least a little something in hell would be kind of fucking delicious. And then Demon Ketch gets to be bad again, right? So let's have bad boy Ketch back. Not like, oh, I grew a heart, now I lost it, I love it. I got my candy stolen. I'm a drag queen.
That was your origin story.
Well, listen, Ketch had some really bad shit happen to him when he was a kid.
Oh, in the orphanage.
We know this.
Yes.
We know this.
Way as bad as having his candy stolen.
Way worse. Well, having to kill your twin brother, it's pretty bad. I'm making that canon, by the way. You'll have to fight me. Yeah, I think we got it.
Thank
Did we
you.
answer? Did we answer your question?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, good. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
So, it's my birthday today.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. Thank you. So, every year on my birthday, my mom would call and sing happy birthday to me, right? Well, this is the second year I haven't gotten that call because she passed. So, in the spirit of the show, if you guys could have one more conversation with any relative that has passed, who would it be and why?
Well, my mom passed last year, so I feel you, my brother. And I have the text. Kind of the nice thing about texting, which I'm not a big texter, but I would used to like to have phone conversations with my mom. But the last text exchange is she had mild COVID and was coming out of it, and it was me planning to go back up and help her out with the house and stuff. So it's literally like she died 2 days before I was supposed to be up there. No, not to be maudlin, but you know, it happens to all of us, right?
She was getting better. And
She was getting better, and then she had a massive cardiac arrest. But I'm happy that I have those texts still because they're very loving and they're very intentional. And I guess what I mean by that is we always ended our conversations with I love you and see you soon. And I think that's all we can do with our loved ones, because guess what? Every day is a gift, and if I've learned anything in this last year and a half, anything can change on a dime. I just met a friend and a woman here that has been coming to the cons. Again, not to get into specifics, but the tragedy is immense. And she's still here, and she's choosing joy and community and gratitude. So I would just say, that's why you're here too. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
And your mama loved you.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she had you on Halloween.
Yeah.
Right?
What better day?
I'll tell you what. I guess Christmas technically, but you know, let's not give you exactly. You're much more a rock and roll.
I'm 47 today, and I haven't been the same thing for Halloween twice.
I love it.
Love that.
Today's your day, my brother. What was your name?
Jeremy.
Jeremy. Happy birthday, Jeremy.
Thank
And your mom is with us in spirit. You know it.
you. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I would talk to my husband's dad. I only got to meet him once, and he never got to meet his grandson. He died very suddenly, and from everything I know about him, I really would have enjoyed knowing him. So, shout out to Jim. I would have liked to meet him again.
Nice.
And as the mom of the show, since you don't have your mom here, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, Jeremiah?
Jeremy.
Jeremy, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
Southern accent.
Jeremy, happy birthday to you.
Yeah. That was nice. I was like, you're welcome, Jeremy. That's a keeper. Also because she had that Marilyn Monroe to JFK kind of vibe. You know, like, happy birthday, Mr. President. So yeah, that's a keeper, brother. That's a memory.
Yeah.
So nice.
Thank y'all.
Hello. Hi.
Hey.
If you had to choose another career outside of acting, what would you decide to do?
I think I'm doing 7 of them right now. I have an architecture degree, and I would have loved, I've done 4 structures for people, 2 buildings from scratch, so I got to practice it a little bit. But if I could have been, the problem with architecture now is, and it was happening when I graduated, there's a lot of grunt work you gotta do before you actually get to create. But if I had my druthers and I could just wave a magic wand and I just designed dream houses and structures for people and actually could make a living doing that, I would 100% do that.
I do some interior design, and I love it, and it fills me as art. But if I had it all to do over again, it's very possible I'd be in the FBI. Be in the FBI.
Nice. Hello, Clarice.
I think I would find that really cool. Probably the reality of being in the FBI is not nearly as fun as what I feel like it would be. But
you like solving puzzles and mysteries?
I figured out.
Being a detective.
It's like winning. I win because I figured it out. And then I would probably hate it and go back to interior design.
Thanks for that question.
Thank you.
I sense.
Yes, indeed.
Sorry. Next one.
Sorry. That's my fault. Don't blame them. My bad. How were they?
Amazing.
Delightful.
That was a very
Good crowd.
interesting panel, right? We had all the feels on that one. That was very nice. Thank you for holding space for us. We appreciate you.
Excellent.
All right, y'all, please give it up for David Haydn-Jones and Sam Smith.